everybody, welcome to a special episode here of Geocaching with Komikino and the Kid. Today I want to tell you about the adventures of this Trackable here, the Cache Crate Adventures tag Japan to USA 1. Japan to USA 1 is the name that I gave it here. This is one of two trackables that I dropped off in Japan last year. When I was there for my trip, I dropped this off at an event that I held on April 15th in Japan, and I had specific journey, a quest for this thing to go on, as well as the Japan to USA 2, the second trackable that I dropped off there in Japan. Basically, I wanted them to just tour Japan, have many pictures as possible taken of them on their journey throughout the country, and then eventually get returned back to me here in the States. Again, this was dropped off on April 15th, 2023 at my event that I held in Japan. This was returned to me finally April 13th, 2024, just last week at an event that was held up at Alderwood Mall. I can't believe that this trackable here traveled throughout Japan, eventually got back to the US to see me. This is the second trackable that I've had success with after, all the other trackables that I've let loose and had to go off on their own little adventures. This is one of two. The first one that I dropped off was the beginning of around 2020, before COVID hit, with a specific quest to go to Canada to be delivered to our geocaching vlogger friend, Sim Rebel. That one made it within like 6 months, which was great. And this one here, just under a year to return back to me here. The second trackable, I'm not sure where it is. I'll have to look it up, but it's out there somewhere. But all the other trackables that I've dropped off and let loose and hope that they can go on their journeys and adventures and come back to me, never happened. They're all missing, or who knows where they are now. So I'm really excited and stoked that this trackable here has made its way back to me. I wrote down here the names of the geocachers that helped it on its journey, so I'm going to go ahead and say their names and list the dates that they held it and had it in their possession until they dropped it off at another cache location, and then somebody picked it up then. Daizoom K had it from April 15th until May 20th. Turbo 7 had it from May 20th to October 1st. Now, we did some caching with Turbo 7 when we were in Japan, and in fact, we even saw some of his gadget caches that he had, and he has some pretty darn good hides. If you're in Japan and you're looking for caches to find a Turbo 7 cache. He has some great hides. Cob had it from October 1st until January 7th of 2024. Huling picked it up on January 7th, 2024, and had it until the 29th of January, 2024. And he took it to BC in Canada, up to British Columbia. Bedunga picked it up on January 30th and had it in his possession until February 1st. Bogey 53 picked it up on February 3rd, 2024, and had it in his possession until February 6th. Now, Bogey 53, he's a member of the Friday Zoomies geocaching group that I partake of on Friday nights on Zoom. Local cachers, we all get together and have fun talking on Zoom, talking about our caching adventures and what's going on in our lives. When I saw that this was delivered to Blaine, I put out a call as soon as I could on the Zoom chat and asked if anybody was in the area there in Blaine, because it's a local group, to where they could run out there and pick this thing up, because I didn't want it hanging out there too long and been picked up by who knows who and maybe not delivered to me down here. So Bogey 53, thank you so much for picking it up at that cache that was dropped off at there in Blaine. And Tulari, she picked it up on February 6th after Bogey picked it up. and took it to an event on February 7th. At that event, my good caching friend, forever lost one, Glenn, you've seen him in some of my videos, he picked it up on February 7th and then took it all over the place here, as you can see on this map. He took it all over the place here in the Puget Sound and up close to Canada there. He took it on a nice little tour here of the Pacific Northwest and the Puget Sound area, as you can see. So this thing got some extra miles on it at these locations here. So Forever Lost One had it from February 7th until April 13th. And then he gave it to me at an event in Alderwood. So got it back almost year to the day. Wrote down some numbers here that I saw off of the Google Maps there, that this thing got around 8,698 miles to possibly 10,987 miles logged on this Trackable right here. It got some pretty good distance. It's funny, probably got to see more of Japan than I did or ever will. And also went to some cool, unique places out here in the Puget Sound. My second Trackable success story right here. It made it back to me, and I'm so stoked and happy about it. So don't give up on your Trackables if they're out there. They could make it to their destination and could possibly make it back to you, just like this guy. Thanks for watching, and who knows where I'll be caching next. Until then, cache on.